if you were in a meeting with Adam Silver, what would be some defensive changes that you think should be implemented to kind of bring balance back to offense and defense?
Yeah, it's kind of too far gone, I feel like, because like every position is skilled right now. Every position can shoot the three. And that's just the way the NBA is. They literally took out the mid-range game and made it three or layups. And so you're naturally going to get offensive explosion with guys being able to shoot now with Steph and Trae, and it's only going to get, better and better with guys coming into the league being able to shoot so far out. Dame, it's kind of like, how do you fix it? I don't even know how we fix it. You know what I mean? But I do remember, even back when I was playing early in the league, you could be a lot more physical. And now guys have figured it out, how to bump into you, how to, there'll be possessions where a player's not even looking to score and he gets 2 free throws. And it's this ain't basketball. He's not even playing basketball. He just knows
the rules
that the offensive player has the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they got to start there.
Do you think it's that the NBA basketball players have gotten so skilled that the NBA has turned more into an offensive league, or do you think it has to do with the officiating? Because I do think it's a blend, but I'm curious on where you would put that. Is it just the skill level and the talent is so high that's why it is, or what numbers would you put on that?
Yeah, it's a blend. It's a blend. I think it is because you got to think too. The NBA is obviously entertainment. It's we want to make the game better and better. What makes it better is obviously seeing offensive nights, guys going off for big numbers. That only raises value to the league from a viewership standpoint. And then there's just so much storylines to follow. Will he go for 40 this night? Will he go for 50 in the Garden? There's just so many storylines that you can tag on based off of the offensive players being so skilled now. But I mean, I think it changed, honestly, when we played Miami and they put Chris Bosh at the 5. I think that's when the league literally changed. Because we were one of the last teams to be 2 bigs, 2 real bigs, David West and Roy Hibbert, not 3-point shooters, mid-range shooters. And then defensively, Miami struggled against that until they moved Chris Bosh at the 5 and they played 4 wings. And then that was how you beat the Pacers. That was the blueprint to beat the Pacers at that time. And then we saw it with Atlanta. They put Antich at the 5. He was a shooting big. Horford at the 5 was shooting big. And that gave us the most problems. That gave us the most struggle. So honestly, I do think we have a lot, we take a lot of credit. That Indiana Pacers team take a lot of credit for how the game is. And then now that's what you look for. You want a shooting big. You there is no 4-man no more. The 4-man is a guard, a wing now.
Yep.
So the game is too far gone to we won't see a 90s.
I get it, but I'm still curious on what your number is. Is it 60? Is it?
I think
the league's just more skill. How much does the officiating have to do with it and the rules?
I think
rather than just
because the officiating obviously is always been the officiating, right? So it's not no new change there. I mean, it's probably more than that. It's probably 80-20. It's just skilled to the officiating. It's more skewed on the skills side because a lot of, like I said, everybody can dribble, everybody can shoot, everybody can initiate offense. You look at Jokic, the center.
Yeah, I like 80-20. I think that's
Pete, you was talking about at first it was too much defense in the league or whatever. Now I want to switch it. When did it become when it was just too much offense being played on the court?
Honestly, I want to say when and it's not necessarily that moment that Bron decided to go to Miami, but I think it was the ripple or the domino effect of it to match up and compete with a team that offensively potent. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it was a little bit around that area because that's when you had to that's when it became all right, guys are teaming up, Stars are aligning. Stars want to play on the same team. And then so that's just when teams just start stacking up offensively. You know what I mean? Like that's where, and then you got so many guys that are, you look at, but then I take that back. It was more so when like the Rockets with James Harden and the spread offense. I think that was the pivotal moment where it was offensive explosion. You got your best player you played through. You put 4 shooters around him, and you play fast. You get up and down the court. You pick and roll. See if the defense, how the defense reacts, and then you play from there. And you look at all the teams. You look at why the Pacers are so good, because they got a point guard they play through with 4 shooters around them, and they play fast. You look at why the Mavericks put up so many points. You got Luka at the point, 4 shooters around him, or 3 shooters with a rolling big, puts pressure on the team. You look at why the Hawks put up so many points. You got Trae Young, put shooters on. So it was like a blueprint. I think now that teams play through your star, you put shooters around them. And so I kind of think it was, that the explosion with Mike D'Antoni, that Houston Rockets team, that kind of like, I think, changed the landscape a little bit.
I dig it.
Look, the NBA season is in full swing, and Prize Picks has got you covered when it comes to helping you make some money.
Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app where you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250, baby. Prize Picks is easy and really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds.
So make sure you guys visit prizepicks.com/podcastp and use our promo code PodcastP for a first deposit match up to $100.
And y'all know what time it is.
Cha-ching!